Hello everyone, my name is Fazil Ahmad Khan and I will present this paper on consensus algorithm for consortium blockchain named Rift. Starting with this paper, networks are classified into two major categories. They are centralized and decentralized. Blockchain comes under the category of decentralized network architecture. It also comprises of a ledger technology, which is also based on decentralized ledgers, and the blockchain depends on certain comprehensive technologies like private key cryptography, peer-to-peer communication, distributed storage, and certain protocols governing the process among the network nodes. So blockchain resolves the issue of centralization, meaning that high dependency on a single authority for controlling the system. Blockchain evolution starts from Bitcoin in 2008, made by Satoshi Nakamoto, and the consensus mechanism used in this Bitcoin is proof of work, the mining process mining process by using the computation power to solve the mathematical puzzle. Later on, Ethereum comes up with the concept of smart contracts, followed by PP Coin introduces the concept of proof of stake using the concept of coin age. Later on, BitShare comes up with a new concept of delegated proof of stake using the witness selection mechanism into the blockchain. Consensus problem. So there are two major problems in the distributed systems. The first one is the Byzantine generals problem, and the second one is the double spending problem. So Byzantine general problem occurred when the nodes are attacked by a malicious node exists inside the system, which leads to the tempering of the content inside the nodes. So in order to avoid the tempering, the other nodes must have to maintain the communication among other nodes to recognize the changes among them. Similarly, the double spending problem mean that using multiple transactions from multiple sources for the same process. So these are the two major problems in the consensus in the distributed system. Our algorithm based on trust-based voting consensus mechanism into the distributed system, the blockchain. The consensus can be achieved by a dual approach. The first stage is the voting part. The second one is a trust matrix for the elected node. It is classified into various roles, resulting into the separation of powers among each entity. Every entity is independent on its own axis, and it is linked with other entities with a limitation on collaboration among them. Every process in the blockchain is independent without the interference from the other processes for the purpose of increasing the efficiency into the consensus process. So the design overview of our model is in our proposed model, there are certain actors, and each actor is known as module, which has independent characteristics from other modules. So the proposed modules are like registrars, polling chambers, election commissioner, moderator, and the block producers. So this is the consensus part of our proposed model. Starting with the user, move on to the registrar for the registration purposes, then come up with the election commissioner for the verification of the candidate, then officially getting the status of candidate, the block producer. Further on, move on to the polling chamber for the polling purposes, and then with the help of moderator, the polling can be unbiased from all the issues. Then move on to the probation module. Here, the trust mechanism applies to check the candidate whether he is fulfilling his responsibility particularly or not. In this case, the probation may be for certain time of period. In our case, we suggest that the 30 days probation to observe the candidate performance for generating blocks into the blockchain. If it fails to do so, the status can be terminated, and the other user can become block producer by following the complete process of becoming block producer. So conclusion, our proposed algorithm classified into our proposed algorithm is based on certain tool approach, and it is for multiple classification of blockchain platform. In our case, we propose for consortium, but it can be applied for public and private also. Uh, that's why we apply here a dual based approach, so that in either case it can be selected based on the need of the system. So that's all for this paper. Thank you so much.